The delay of game pushes the offense back. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll give it to the back. Turning it on. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll run play action. Lets it fly. Got his man downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Cook. Quick completion on the out. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around, and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Knowles look to keep this drive humming. Snaps it in the shotgun. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Seminoles. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score.
So Florida's offense will go to work for the first time today. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Pressure coming. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
It's complete to the right. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Gators line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. To the air, it's Cook. Makes the grab.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason, have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more... close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
They're working that left side. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to get it in. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, no!
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And the kick is no good, but there is a flag down, and it looks like roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Defensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll keep it on the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Guys, you might know Florida State was once a women's college. Didn't start playing football until later. And in fact, didn't start playing the Gators until 1958.
Even though they haven't been playing a long time, this game has featured so many of the biggest names in the sport. You think about Bobby Bowden, Steve Spurrier on the sidelines, Charlie Ward, Chris Swanky, Tim Tebow, Danny Werkel, Heisman Trophy winners. This game has had it all.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. To the ground to try to move the chains. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. When he let that go ahead and signal touchdown. He knew it was 6.
And most of the time you hear about those 50-50 balls out wide. Nowadays, these guys that are so big and strong and so good at going and getting the ball, it's more like 80-20. And you could see just so hard to defend the fade route.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Give to the single back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass, it's Cook. Fires to the wideout. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Seminoles send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they
Breaks into the open. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
And this is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman-caliber receiver in a bit of a groove. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I would keep force-feeding him the football.
Touchdown, Florida State! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Coming out with it, it's LaBelle. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Gets the back moving. Looking downfield, it's Stewart. Throws to the tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a first down. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Working that left side now.
And you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
It's complete on the right side. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
You know, gone are the days when the down marker says 4 and you automatically send the punt team.
No doubt. So many numbers, so many possessions. Everything is monitored. Everything is calculated. And now the analytics say, listen, you got to take more chances if you want to win games.
Pocket breaking down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lost one deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Gators will call on their punt team. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Back to throw, it's Cook. Got a man, it's Johns. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes the grab on the left. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Seminoles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Grab near the sticks. It's Johns. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Zings it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Line getting set on second down. They run the reverse. Makes his man miss. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, this offense can get after you a variety of ways in the running game, and one of the ways they do it is by using their wide receivers on jet sweeps. Good example right there.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
The run from the shotgun. Discards him with the stiff arm. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. And the Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Back to throw. It's Cook. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown Seminoles! And they take it in for 6 more points. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Got him downfield. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. To the air on first down. He's going for the big play. And he's got it at the 20.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Quick catch on third down. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Cook. Snagged out of the air. Got room at the 35. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Noles. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Noles will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Gators sending the offense back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to throw, it's Stewart. And that one's incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. The score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Gators will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. And that's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Noles come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the 1st.
Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. On target. He stopped at the 32. Picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Cook. Got it in the middle. It's John. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. The Seminoles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll run it from the gun. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Finds space on the right. Touchdown, Noles! And the route is on. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
He'll bring it out. It's LaBelle. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Looking for a man. It's Stewart. Finds his big tight end. There he goes. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the 1st down here. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
He wants to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is, because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to throw. It's Stewart. Looking left. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. He'll field the punt and take it back. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Gonna run it. It's great. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's John.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job. Great catch.
And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The play action fake. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. And the Seminoles line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To the air, it's Cook. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Just keeps swinging it. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And the Noles trying to cash it in on first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida State. That Seminole war chant is getting louder as Florida State has built a big lead.
The Seminoles have been able to seize the momentum here in the second half, and they are now running away with this thing. Big plays all over the field have the Noles now looking good.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's LaBelle. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Pulls and fires complete. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to fire deep. Pulls it in on the right. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Dropping back, it's Stewart. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying play action. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. The Knowles are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. This is his way for a couple and gets it to the yard line.
He's knocked down.
Such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there and a nice job up.
Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Seminoles really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle, it's great. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but we're seeing it specifically on this drive.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. One more play to pad the stats. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. It was vitriolic, it was intense, and it went to the Seminoles as Florida State will dine on Gator after winning in this rivalry matchup. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.